Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Dune, Spice Wars. This video is sponsored by Shiro Games. Of course, a big thank you for that. You guys can find links in the description down below if you want to learn more about the game. Now let's go ahead and jump back into our Conquest campaign as the Harkonnen. Harkonnen? I don't know. I've heard it both ways. It didn't help that when I listened to an audiobook of Dune originally, the narrators, because yes, there was more than one, were inconsistent in their pronunciation. And it confused my brain, so it's decided that both are correct. Anyway, we finished our first map, now we have to choose our second. What do we want to do here? Well, in this area, we could go for control over land. It's not exactly a hegemony victory, but since we did just get an authority modifier, which means we'll be able to expand a lot faster, this could work out pretty well for me. And if we can get a secondary objective and avoid losing units, yeah, that didn't go well last time, we'd be able to get some development assets, which I haven't worked with before, but it allows us to improve our territories. Or we could go for Great Erg, where we need to get 30% of Choam shares. This means we need to go for a lot of Solari. Do this, we could get some different bonuses and keep our hegemony low, so don't take a lot of land, and go for more of that Fremen relationship and try to get this up. Remember, if we can get this to certain thresholds, we get some extra bonuses. Honestly, the Harg Pass is probably going to be the easier one for me to go for. And I do kind of like the idea of going for some development assets, kind of give this one a go. There's only one modifier, and that is a significant reduction in authority. So between my 10% boost and the cost reduction, as long as we get our military up and running, we should be able to just very aggressively start conquering lots of land faster than anyone else can. Knowing that's the case, maybe we should go for Glossu Raban over here, still get that extra militia slot unit, and then also we could go for Iakin Nefud, where our level 1 military units, that is to say they have not leveled up, can't regenerate health, and that's going to be annoying, right, because it's going to be survival of the fittest. But our units take 30% less time to train, so we can start rolling out a military a lot faster and hopefully annex villages very quickly. Such is the idea. Let's get started. Okay, as usual, we pause, take a quick look around. There are spice fields on this particular map, so that's the first thing we should go ahead and explore. Let's get a second Ornithopter and a couple of troopers, so we'll be able to start conquering. It looks like it's only going to be me and a Kaz this time, so this is going to effectively be a duel. A duel. All right, that sounds good. Let's immediately start moving my military units over here. We don't even know who this village is, I just know that I want to conquer them. We are very oppressive in that way. Win before losing 20 military units. You know, now that I think about it, going for the guy that doesn't allow us to regenerate our units was probably a bit of a mistake. But okay, here goes nothing. Overall, the goal here is to control 9 villages. We should definitely be able to do that before a Kaz does because of my bonuses. I mean, you'd think, right? We should definitely be able to do that. Let's go ahead and get another military unit in here, by the way. I want all these guys getting XP as early as possible so we can start leveling up so we'll be able to regenerate our health and save some of these units. I'm going to pull this guy back, so hopefully he doesn't take too much damage, then get back in here and start pinging away. Second Ornithopter's up. Let's go ahead and turn on the auto recon, and we'll get our first village up and running soon. And over here, of course, I do need to get agents before I do much else as far as going for some bonuses, unless I really want that Solari, but to be honest, I don't think that I do. So we need to find stuff. I am surrounded by gosh dang mountains. Okay, this is going to be a bit annoying. So we're not going to be able to get to these villages very easily, which sucks. And this actually would have been great. Ground units lose supply at a minus 50% speed, and buildings consume no water. Holy crud, this is an amazing territory. I would want this under every circumstance. Good lord, it's going to take me so much experience to level these guys up. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get all the units that I'm looking for here. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Let's go for the cheapest units I can get. Something like that'll be fine. And, of course, place down our refinery immediately. Yeah, this just got tricky. How do I conquer enough villages without losing 20 military units? We could probably find a way. I bet you I can do it. It's just I accidentally turned on hard mode. All right, development research. What do we want here? We could go for survival training. Don't think I want that. Work ethics for the manpower could be good, but I still think it's more important we go first for the local authority and some water. Wouldn't be a bad idea to go for some agent recruitment speed boost, because then I can spy on Arrakis and get even more authority production, which means I can expand faster. That would not be bad. That said, I mean, I like the extra plastic production. You know what? I'm just going to do with this. I'm going to go with my gut. We're going to work our way up toward 200% agent recruitment speed and really just go ham on the authority modifiers in this particular map. Got our harvester. We're going to go ahead and turn on the auto recall to make sure it does not get eaten by a worm. And I don't want to send any crew over here right now because as much as I like getting spice, I also really need manpower so I can get more units. Pelda over here would be good for some fuel cells, not worried about that. Let's go and explore this area first. I want to find out what's close. We can work our way over here. It has 3 units, and I can deal with that. If I could get more units to make sure that I could kill these guys quickly, that'd be ideal, but I don't think we have time. We're just gonna go ahead and have to run for it. You know, if I lose 20 military units, it's not a big deal, right? 20 military units doesn't feel like that many. We could lose a few guys and it's okay. Meantime, we'll continue placing down a plascrete factory over in that direction, get these guys into position, and we go ahead and attack. I'm going to let you guys run in here, start hitting some of their range guys, try to get into their faces so that they do less damage, though this guy's going to start taking a lot of damage as a result, and that's just going to have to be how it is for a little bit. He may die, but that is a sacrifice that I am willing to make. Of course, I could also just try to pull him back so that he does not get killed. We'll see if that actually works. Aha! Unit Micro wins again. Let's annex this really, really nice village. We can build our first of several different buildings. Do I want to go for the authority production? The answer is yeah, we have to go for the administrative hall. Get that sucker up. That's all this is. This is a base race. Literal base race. I want authority, dang it. All right, let's go ahead and send Nadir over here to Arrakis, start getting that extra authority generation. We're going to +6. And villages are super duper cheap. So, like, we need to be constantly trying to kill some more people at this point. Of course, I did just lose some units, but you know what? It's fine. They're level 1, which means I get my manpower back. However, it's not enough manpower, and we're about to lose some units. Dang it! Hang on. It's fine. We've only lost 2 out of 20. It's okay. And there goes my other unit. Okay, I'm not playing this correctly. The inability to regenerate my health is definitely coming back to bite me in ways I wasn't expecting. Hold on! Get me more manpower production. That's what matters here. Okay, took a bit more than I expected for considering it was just 2 militia, but whatever. All right, we get ourselves our next village on the way. Hello, there's a Krast space cruiser over here. Well, this is another very powerful territory. This one probably doesn't give me any benefit I really care about, though. I think this game's going to be over before we have to worry about using guild favors to get spacecraft. So worry about that later. All right, with this all taken care of, survival training and stuff could be good, and then adrenaline addiction actually would boost up my military units pretty substantially. That said, more manpower production here. Or there's 3 more manpower production just flat right here at work ethics. I think that's going to be better for me. The Landsraad wants to do some voting. Military developments are going to be faster. I will spend everything I've got on this because I really would like to get faster military tech. Do we have enough spice to pay our taxes? The answer is 100% yes, we most certainly do. Go ahead and get ourselves some awards over there. I would like to go ahead and get more military tech, so we're going to go ahead and immediately attack the next village because this time it's just range units, and as long as we get in their faces, they shouldn't be able to do much. There we go. Now we just go ahead and dogpile these guys down. I don't expect to take very many losses there at all. Manpower is starting to boost up. We're now up to +10. Okay, the more that we have, absolutely the better. Of course, I'm low on plascrete, too. Yeah, of course. Why not? That's totally fine. All right, there's the work ethics. So let's go ahead and start working on things like the recruitment initiative so we can get even more manpower. And I wouldn't mind getting things like that adrenaline addiction going as well. So at this point, we're now working on village number 4, and a cause still only has 2. So, I mean, currently we are winning this race, resoundingly. Send our next agent to the Spacing Guild, get some more manpower production that way. New village over here controlled. Don't have an absolute ton of plascrete to go around, unfortunately. I would like to get myself another refinery over here since we have another spice field, but it doesn't really matter that much because, again, I'm doing completely fine on my stockpile, and for some reason, I have a ridiculous amount of money. I don't totally know how we got this much money, but we did. Choam market is now open. I don't really see a lot of point in buying shares. I mean, we could, but like, what benefit do I really expect to get here except for the ability to produce mercenaries at the cost of money? That's actually a pretty good reason in and of itself, now that I think about it. I would like to be able to train up military units that don't require a lot of manpower. I can hire these units for a quick raid. There we go. So now I'm going to have 6 military units. Okay. I got plenty of authority, so we should probably go ahead and start pushing on some more stuff further forward. Where do I want to go? Do I want to go over here? 69 over that direction. There's something good over here. Another Moondale Valley over here. I'm going to go ahead and start training up some of my better units, the Executioners. These are better versions of the melee units, and they have a special ability called Bloodthirst where they start getting a little bit stronger as they kill enemies, which could be very good for me. They do cost money in addition to manpower, but otherwise, I mean, if it's the same amount of manpower, then I feel like we might as well. Extra authority production. Yes, I will happily accept that. Even though I don't need it, really, in order to win this, I wouldn't mind having more, and I mostly want to deny a cause from having any of that. Could go for another building in my outpost. It's going to cost me a lot of Solari at a time when I'm not making very much Solari, so that's a bit risky, but you know I'm going to take it anyway. 30% extra experience for units. I don't know. On the off chance. Might actually pay off eventually. Right now, I'm just sitting here waiting for more authority production, believe it or not. We can go ahead and toss another spy into Arrakis for even more, though. That'd be good. Yeah, we're now up to 10. There we go. All I have to do is just take 3 more villages. 1, 2, 3, we win. But for that, I need like 300-something more authority. So it's still going to take a little while. Could harass a cause and make them lose some villages, but we don't really need to be aggressive right now. We're okay. Okay, we're now actually starting to lose Solari very, very quickly. This is a problem. Maybe we do need to just go ahead and attack a cause at this point and just cause some damage. I mean, it's probably better than doing nothing, I suppose. I need to lose some military units, believe it or not. Some of these guys are costing me too much in upkeep. This is a problem. Pillaging also works, now that I think about it. We don't even have to take any of this territory. If I'm not going to take the village, why bother? Let's just go ahead and pillage this sucker and get some more Solari going. Also, I'm just going to sell my shares. I don't need these. Let's just go ahead and keep myself afloat for a little bit longer. There we go, another pillage done. All right, that gets me some of my money. We're back up to 1.5k. At least that buys me a bit of time, and of course, it's going to hurt their production rather drastically. Okay, we have enough authority to go ahead and take some more villages. We should do so. I will definitely go for the Solari for every controlled village. That could be solid. Another village hath been snagged. I'm going to go ahead and toss in an airfield, so we'll be able to get around very quickly as needed. Go for village number 8, and then literally I'm just waiting for some authority to grab the last one, and that shouldn't even take that long. Just a second longer, and boom. All right, that should be it. Thank you kindly. Take that, House of Cause. Clan Harkonnen wins again. Overall, that run only took like half an hour. That's pretty darn quick, actually. Happy with that. So we get sovereignty over the region. We get some of those development assets. Pressure regresses a little bit, and we have to choose a bonus. I don't care about the Solari from pillaging, I don't care about intel production, but I do like the idea of even faster agent recruitment speed, so let's go ahead and pick that sucker up. Alrighty, so what is pressure over here, by the way? After every mission for each territory under control, we get more pressure, okay, and people are going to be doing everything they can to stop me from rising to dominance. I don't totally know what this means. I guess somehow the AI is going to try to screw us over in some way. Hey, look, we can start trying to conquer territory from other people now. Ooh. So let's take a look at these development assets. With these things over here, we can click on territory that I own, and we should be able to spend some of these points in order to boost up some production, which I think should carry with us for every single mission, which could be good. So do we want fuel cells? Do we want some Landsraad? Do we want some water? Probably water, to be honest. What about over here? We could go for more plascrete, more manpower, and more Solari production, all of which are also quite good. Actually, I mean, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the manpower production, since that seems important. I might come back here and get some plascrete once I get some more development points. Speaking of which, what do we want? Do we want to go ahead and push here for some of that Fremen relationship and the extra bonuses here if we get Chom shares? Do I want to get rid of renegades and unlock the spacing guilds for their favor and get ships and frigates? That could be good. Or do I want to go ahead and make a push? And if we can literally kill off one of the houses, guess what? That's a way to win. Reach maximum information level for House Carino, and then assassinate them by a certain time. I don't know how fast this actually is, but this would be very interesting. And then we would gain this territory, and I can gain any of these benefits over here. More Fremen relationship if I ally with some sieges, or if we want to fight against House of Kaz, eliminate them. So this is a domination victory. Okay. Honestly, I think if I'm gonna do anything, I probably want to take this one because it starts pushing me right next to the capital of Carino, and I start heading closer to a cause, so I might be able to go for a quick victory on both. This means I need to eliminate these guys, so it's going to be a very aggressive military victory, but that suits me just fine. That said, we do not have access to Yakin over here, so I don't think I'm going to be... Oh, he has to be in this mission. Oh, I have to? No! All right, well, I'm going right back into the situation where I don't get to have a whole lot of military units. Yay! They're going to be sucky, and they're not going to regenerate their health. Lots of people are going to die. Fine, fine, fine. It's going to be okay. So it looks like we actually get a special unit. Oh, he's coming in as a hero unit. Ooh, I've never even noticed this was a thing before, so he's going to be fun. Anyway, let's go ahead and immediately start scouting, get that spice up and running, go get some more ornithopters, and we'll get a couple of troopers, and I'll let this guy start taking a lot of the damage. You're at max experience. I assume you are able to regenerate your health, so I should just let you tank everything. So basically, this is going to be like a regular map, but faster than ever, and I have to go hard on the military, which means I'm really going to need a lot of water production and Solari production and manpower production more than anything else. So if I can successfully find territories that will focus hard on those, that'd be great, but we can't neglect things like the Imperial tax and such still. That is a requirement. Okay, this village is mine. I don't have enough plascrete to go for the refinery, which actually makes me feel like an idiot, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a plascrete factory so we can fix that. Development research. Do we want to just go hard on military tech early? I still think it's worth going for things like the local dialect studies. I'm also definitely going to want to go toward filtration systems early so that we can get a lot of extra water production. I also still need to get things like agent recruitment. There's a lot of stuff we need. Gosh, I feel so under the gun because of the speed that we need to work here, but man, if we can find a way to make it work, we're gonna be fine. Another village is going to be mine. We will use this to get some plasticry production seriously ramping up. That's gonna be good, blah, 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 blah. I would love to go for things like research points over here. Also, extra Solari production per research hub. What does this do here? Solari per statecraft. See, oh yeah, this is a research town if I've ever seen one. We need to get so much production and money out of that. Something I really need to do early on is just figure out where House of Kaz is. I think I see some pink right here, so I'll bet you they're over in that direction. We should confirm that because that'll determine what direction I need to start expanding, just so I'll know not to waste my time going in the direction of the smugglers and the Fremen, because that can only work out poorly for me. We need to find House of Kaz and figure out how we're going to take him down. Operations are going to be key for us on this one because we can use defense sabotage to reduce the base power by a lot. We'll need supply drops for the supply, and I probably need combat drugs as well just so we'll have enough power to actually have a chance at taking them down. But we also need to find ways of burning down some of their armor, and that means lots of gunners because the base has a lot of armor on it, which makes killing it very, very difficult. Of course, we should not forget that oppressing people is still a very viable tactic. So if I want to boost up some of my spice production, that would not be a bad plan. Let's get over here and oppress these folks. Aha! Confirmed, by the way, we have found House of Kaz's territory. They probably have something else somewhat close. Where's my other ornithopter? Hi, you. Get over here and figure out what's going on. I'm pretty sure that their base is going to be, like, right in this area. So we need to aggressively push to the west. A non-aggression pact with the Fremen. It's going to cost me an absolute ton, but to be honest, I think it's worth it, mostly just to keep them off my back. I'm going to have a hard enough time with the military side of things and trying to find a cause. Where the heck even are they? I seriously can't find their main base. They're, like, snaking all around in weird directions. Let's go ahead and start making some pushes against the cause just so we can try to cripple their economy as early as possible. I'll simply liberate the villages. That's fine. There's their outpost. All right, we found it. So, how the heck am I going to get up there? It's surrounded by mountains. Please tell me the only way to get there is not going all the way around up here. That would be insane. At least it looks like I should be able to march up through here. All right, so it is a semi-straight path up there. The Sandfall. I can see this being pretty good. Yeah, so if we can punch through here, here, and here, that's the easiest way to get to them. I say easy, it's not great. What I want to do is probably get all the way up to controlling Sinta myself, place an airfield here, and then I should be able to start siphoning units over very quickly if needed. I could see that being helpful. Heh, this is going to hit them pretty hard. Alright, so I just reduced the spice exchange rate for House of Kaz using the Landsraad pretty aggressively, so now they're going to be making 0.9 Solari per spice. Oh, that's going to hurt them. That's going to hurt their economy so bad. There's my martial economy. That means I can go for some extra militia, and if I want to get those offices of the order for the permanent oppression, that's going to be a good option for me. Now, of course, last time we discovered that does create a lot of rebellions, like all the dang time. Nonetheless, I think that it's still probably going to end up being worth it for me. Let's go ahead and go to our operations and start setting some of this stuff up. It's going to cost me some intel, but it's worth it. I can go ahead and get some defense sabotage. I have a spy over in House of Kaz, so if we want to, we could start going for infiltration cells. This gives us additional agent opportunities in there, and you do have to do things like this if you want to stack up the really nasty stuff that you can do to them. But do I really care about that? Or would I rather get more manpower or influence? Honestly, I think I need to get some influence because my secondary objective is still to try and gain some charters. The problem is it's so unpredictable when the Landsraad is going to vote on any of these charters over here, which actually might happen soon since it looks like House of Kaz has enough standing. But the point is, getting both of these in time to then kill House of Kaz doesn't feel extremely good for me. Maybe we can do it, but I don't know. Okay, we're going to take this village over next. Let's go ahead and get ourselves another refinery. Start getting some extra spice. So we're now just a couple of zones away. You don't have to conquer their territory. It would just make it really easy to have a nice fallback position where I'd be able to regenerate my supply and some health and then quickly siphon in more units. I'd like to do that. I don't have to, but I'd like to. So as far as technology, I'm going to go ahead and work toward that parallel training so we can train units up more rapidly. Extra training slots is helpful. The military academy could be good, but mostly we're then going to move on to the Arrakis butchers, which gets me extra command points so I can have more units in the first place. Plus we'll do extra damage against militia and rebels, which will be helpful, plus more manpower whenever we kill them. And then siege incentives deal 100% extra damage against main bases. Since that is my overall objective, this just makes sense. It also makes sense to go ahead and get myself a barracks, so I have extra power for all military units in my advanced outposts. Now here's something that could be fun. Sleeper agent. Any non-temporary, non-mechanical unit has a 50% chance to become a sleeper agent upon death. Yeah, I could see using that against the Akaz when they send every unit they've got after me to be very powerful. You know, it'd be also nice getting some Spacer Guild points, so I could go for some actual supply drops. I can see that being very helpful. Here's our first of the charter opportunities, the Water Sellers Union. I can produce a lot of water when I don't have rebellion, so this could be worth a ton of Solari. But mostly, again, I want to have that second charter, or so I can stop the Akaz from getting it, and so I can hopefully work toward that optional objective. I really don't think I'm going to get it. I'd like to, but I really don't think it's likely. So do I dare go ahead and make a push against them now? I don't have an absolute ton of units, but I've got enough water that our supply generation should be very high. And we have enough authority to start snagging some of this territory. I'd love to get in here and start inflicting problems on them. They do have some champion units. These are going to be a little bit problematic. Arrakis Butchers is done. Excellent. So now we get those extra command points, which means I can train up additional units. Really wish I had 10,000 hegemony so I could start getting the executioners. These guys are objectively better, but alright. We'll pick up some extra troopers and gunners. Again, the gunners, because I know that these main bases usually have 20 armor, and I'm going to need to reduce that as much as possible. So we really want to have a lot of gunners to burn that down. We've already got enough authority. I actually could run over here and try to take this over, like, right now, which seems pretty good. Let's try getting in here and see if we can take out another one of these villages. Don't want to get in range of the base, though, because this thing will start shooting missiles at me. But if I can take this, this should shut down most of their spice... Well, not all, but some of their spice production. I can see that being good for me. Oh, here come their units. All right, they're ready for me, but you know what? I don't care. Get in there. Kill them. Ah! There we go. Snag this as well. Okay, and if I place an airfield down here, maybe even some other bonuses for combat in adjacent zones and stuff like that, we should have a huge advantage. Okay, this village is now mine. What do we not need here? Forget this Solari production thing. Who builds wholesale markets? These things are almost never worth it. Nope, get that dang airfield up and running. And now let's place down that military base, 20% military power for all units in adjacent territories. And we could go to the armory for my units if I want to try to mix them up a little bit. So my troopers, for example, attack flying units, extra health but less power, less area damage received, and we could also go for red fluid. Yeah, less health per day and cannot be healed while in combat. Honestly, fine in exchange for some extra power. I'll take that. And then higher upkeep for my units for 10% extra power. Could see that being fine as well. Is there anything that boosts up? Yeah, we could do a boost up to the chance of destroying armor. Honestly, worth it on a gunner because that's the primary reason for having them. And there's no point in getting upgrades for anyone else because I only have one Cerberus unit and I don't really plan on getting any more. And this is going to be effectively my coup de grace over here. We're going to go ahead and liberate several of their villages all at once so that they have almost no economic gain at all. Whoops, accidentally left you behind. Get over here. And we want to liberate. Boom, you guys go ahead and hit this as well. I'm destroying all spice production. They are going to have no income whatsoever, which means they can't field a military, I hope. All right, so we've definitely crippled their economy in a pretty big way. They're stockpiling all their units over here, which is going to get a little annoying. We're probably going to take some pretty heavy losses. But if my units are about as strong as they're able to get, then let's go ahead and plan this out. So we need to send our military guy up here, other melee units up toward the front, ideally, and gunners toward the back. Alrighty, and at this point, what we do is... Do we want to just take out their units first? I mean, most of them are pretty weak squires and stuff. I think that's going to be worth it. So yeah, we'll go ahead and run in there and start doing that. Or at least hit the base, and they'll kind of pick some of these guys off one by one over here like so. Let's go to our operations. Let's make sure that we use Sleeper Agent in this tile so that as we kill them, there's a chance of just getting some free units. So that's going to hurt them. They're trying to run away, but go ahead. And then let's go to Operations. We'll use this so that the Defense Sabotage means their base doesn't do nearly as much damage. And of course, we're going to do Combat Drugs in just a minute, but let's just go ahead and hit them as hard as we can. My missile battery is hitting their units too, which is hilarious. And then we really just need to do everything we can to burn down the armor of this sucker. So it's starting to go down. Let's use my combat drugs. Again, I'm expecting to take losses here, but hopefully it's at least somewhat contained. Somewhat. I don't expect a lot, though. I do want to try to kill off some of their units, if we can, just to get some sleeper agents. There we go. Every little bit helps, just to kind of distract them. Armor's down to 0, okay? Let's go ahead and start training up more reinforcements. We're probably not going to be able to completely wipe these guys out, but we can certainly keep their armor low and do as much damage here as possible. All right, let's spread these guys out. I don't know if this does area of effect damage, but I kind of assume it does. And I'm losing some units. Again, expected. Not a big deal. Just keep sending in more troopers. Train them up as fast as you can. Additional operations, more defense sabotage, more combat drugs, more sleeper agents. Or actually, wait, defense breaches would have made more sense. Hold on. Cancel this. That's right there. 30% damage received by the target main base. And I'm going to go ahead and retreat, because at this point we're now going to start taking losses and do very little damage in return, so everyone pull back. Let's just go ahead and get my units back together, and then we'll go for another push as soon as the operations are ready. Now, of course, the big problem is my units do not regenerate their health, because I had a really unfortunate leader. That sucks. We could hire a couple of assassins. That would allow us to basically just delete some of their units so we don't have to worry about fighting them. I like that idea. Of course, this guy does get all of its armor back, which is really, really annoying. So, hooray, we now have to worry about that. But with a 30% damage boost, and we take less damage from the main base, and combat drugs, I think we got a very good chance of being able to take that out in the next wave. There we go. Burn down that armor. All right, now we're starting to do some serious damage. Keep training up more troops. Keep training up more troops. Every loss we take, I want to have replaced as quickly as we're able to. All right, so they're wasting their missiles trying to attack Yakin Nefud over here. I think that means that we are going to be able to beat this down. I take that back. We are now going to be hit from his squires from behind. We may not be able to take it this particular hit. Dang it. All right, retreat again. Gosh dang it. And at this point, forget their units. Who even cares? Take out some of the damage that they were able to do with their base, and let's just throw everything I've now got into taking this sucker out. We got him. Plenty of time. What was I even worried about? Boom. All right, victory for me. That's another map taken care of. Woo! It's a real shame that I was unable to get the secondary objective down, but oh well. More Landsraad standing, more authority, or more pillaging. Honestly, I mean, there's something to be said about going for even more authority at this point. Screw it. Let's just go ahead and go for double propaganda network. It's fine. And now we also get to choose a faction bonus. Ooh, what do we want? While under certain standing, we get extra mission prep time reduction. We don't care about that. No standing requirement to go for charters, maybe, or launching an operation spawn stealth probes in a targeted region. Situationally useful. I don't really use the stealth probes very much. But I mean, we are very good at launching operations. This could just give me, like, some extra power. Yeah, I guess I'll go for frightening tools. All right. And alas, we are not going to be able to go for the House Carino base immediately, but we could worry about that probably soon. In the meantime, I'm going to end things here. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And once again, thank you to the developers for sponsoring today's video. Much appreciated. If you guys like what you saw and you want to learn more, there's going to be that link in the description down below. Otherwise, please hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.